Hello everyone, it's Tana. Welcome back to my channel and a new release video for the Rabbit Hole Designs. Welcome to day one of the release. I have here a sequin set, some very beautiful sparkly sequins there. That one came with this doll of a stamp set, which I will show you in a second. Now for some reason, I did not show you the whole release, but I will show off the entire release on my next video when I come back from vacation. That's right, folks, by the time you see this, I will be on vacation. So we have Poinsettia and Pinecones, and this was drawn by Kelly Taylor, just like the Lovely Lillies, I believe it was called. And we've got the nice little, like, I don't know what that's called. It's not a bouquet. I forget what it's called, the layout. Then we have a group of pine cones and needles, a poinsettia that's by itself, and even a leaf that's by itself. And I'm going to do two background ink blended panels here, both slimline. But I wanted to go with non-traditional colors. So I have the colors there for you guys. And while I'm ink blending, I want to combine these sentiments that come on the set. So we have Merry and Christmas as separate words. We have wishing you a. We have the word very. We have and bright. So we have wishing you a Merry Christmas. We have wishing you a very merry and bright Christmas. You could also just do merry and bright. You could do just merry and Christmas. So there's quite a bit of combination there you can get just from those few sentiments there, or partial sentiments. So I did a lot of back and forth, excuse me, that I cut out of this video just to make it shorter, because I knew a lot of the background was going to be seen, so I wanted to make it as smooth of a blend as possible. And this was done on panels of Bristol Smooth. So the panels are 4 by 8.5. I do end up trimming them down. And then we have the second. I thought I gave you guys the names of the inks. Maybe I gave you all the names at the beginning. But I believe this is Pucker Up, Flirty Fuchsia, and Glam for the second panel. I'm so excited, you guys. I will probably have been there about 3 days by the time you guys see this. But it's my time to go to Myrtle Beach. And I'm just dying to see the beach. I cannot wait to go. I almost have everything packed. I spent the whole day packing. Now I'm doing the voiceover. This one, I almost started over. Because, believe it or not, I took a brief nap in the middle of my ink blending. And kind of streaked a very dark ink splotch on my panel. But I ended up kind of blending it in enough where by the time the card was all said and done, you couldn't even tell that it was there. We're almost done here. I will have a list of everybody in the hop below, as long as I can get those links. At the very least, there will be the next person in the hop. Now I'm going to start to shimmer these up quite a bit. So I used all the clear and sparkly sprays that I had, and then I used also a gold shimmer spray. I used my paper towel to sorry, I can't find my words today. Soak up some of the excess, and also use my heat tool to dry it. Definitely can't speak. I will chalk it up to being excited for vacation, and also I'm losing my voice, so I think I'm getting sick. That would suck. Now we're going to start stamping. For the magenta panel, I'm going to use that very large image, which I still can't think of the name I'm looking for the layout of that poinsettia and its pine leaves, or pine needles and pine cones. And I'm going to use my watermark embossing ink until I know for sure that the entire image transferred. Sometimes I have a hard time with that, especially with that panel being so dark and shimmery. And then I'm going to use some ultrafine gold embossing powder to heat emboss that. My panel was curling so badly that I had to put it up against my glass mat and heat emboss it. And then we're going to go with Merry Christmas for the sentiment for this one. And it took me a hot minute to get that straight as well, even with assistance from the little grid mat. So now I'm going to heat emboss that with the same gold embossing powder. And then we're going to bling it up a little bit, guys. You might say, isn't the gold embossing powder enough? And the shimmer spray? Well, no, it's not. This is a Christmas card. But you'll see that at the end. I forgot we're doing 2 cards here. So for this card, we're going to put the sentiment on first. And I'm using the same gold embossing powder just for the sentiment this time. And I believe I used Wishing You a Merry and Bright Christmas. I think that's what we used. So many choices. Yeah. Then after we heat set that and kind of flatten out our panel a little bit, I'm going to go in with my powder tool again. I'm going to go in with some cranberry embossing powder from Ranger, and it kind of has a metallic look to it. Now I'm going to use my single poinsettia, and we're going to use the embossing watermark ink and stamp that all over the panel. I don't think you see a single whole poinsettia. I think at one point or another they all hang off the edge at different parts of the flower. And on this one, it actually did not stamp and heat emboss all the way, so I used a piece of acetate to make sure that stamp was lined up again, because I didn't pay attention to where my cardstock was in the MISTI. Used black ink to make sure I could see that it was lined up correctly, and then went back in and heat embossed that again. Inked it up and heat embossed it. And both of these will be blinged up, shall we say. Embellishments galore. I can't believe summer's almost over, you guys. Can you believe it? It makes me so sad. And we're almost done here with our poinsettias. I can't wait to see what the other people in the hop have done this month. There's our finished panel. Now we're going to keep it simple. We're just going to glue each panel after it's trimmed down. I think I took 1/4 of an inch off total. So it's now a 3 3/4 by 8 1/4 inch panel. Excuse me. And they're both on black 4 by 8.5 card bases. Now I'm going to take some like metallic goldish red half pearl gems, or half pearls, I'm sorry. I believe these ones are by Pretty Pink Posh. I will show you all of them at the end, everything I used, embellishment wise. And in the center I didn't show you, I have some pink, I believe dewdrops in there. And then we have Pink Fresh Studios glitter leaf, I believe, drops. I don't know if they're drops or gems. And those I did in the center of every single poinsettia. and I really do think it amped up the card just enough. They were too plain without embellishment. Even though I had that sparkle in the background, they just needed more. So that's what I used on that card. And for this lovely card, that's what I used. I hope you guys like what you saw here today. Don't forget to finish watching everybody else in the hop and see what they do with the new release for this month. Don't forget to sign up for the Rabbit Hole Designs email. And don't forget to join the fan page on Facebook so you can see everything everybody's doing. And Instagram as well, so you can see lots of inspiration throughout the month from the entire design team. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye for now.